I think now the more that you just see the news, especially being like a minority, you end up kind of having to be more aware of what's going on in politics in general, I'd say.
So, what makes me passionate about politics is I just see what's going on around me and I see things that, maybe don't make me the happiest with what's going on. And I have like a drive to want to change that, even if I can't vote right now. So, I try to keep myself educated in it.
I think definitely seeing what the candidates are talking about and seeing a lot of things that are being said on social media has really gotten me fired up about current issues right now, and also just issues of oppression against groups of people, and how like in my bubble right now I don't see a whole lot of it because I'm kind of like in a bubble and I don't get to see many people right now. But when I go on social media, I see more racism, sexism, homophobia than I feel like I see in like my daily life. So I think in that way, social media is definitely a big part in what's gotten me interested in current issues.
I think not caring about politics is a privilege that many people exercise. And personally, in my life, I've had to deal with questions of like healthcare and socioeconomic issues. And I know a lot of other people have to deal with race and how that's integrated with politics, or gender, whatever it may be. So I think because some things have directly affected my family, it's perpetuated an interest to see what I can do and what all of my friends and family can do to influence the legislation that's being passed. And not only do I have a real interest in that, I think it's super important when trying to consolidate our democracy.
Well, I personally can't vote yet, which is quite sad, but I think probably my interest in politics started more in eighth grade when I was enrolled into We the People. And so I had an opportunity to learn about our country and about kind of politics, and that's where it sparked it. But I think now the more that you just see the news, especially being like a minority, you end up kind of having to be more aware of what's going on in politics in general, I'd say.
In general, I just think it's important for everybody who's going to be under a particular government or organization to partake in it or like have their voice be heard, because elections are like the main thing where people's voices are heard or where they can input into the government and like what happens to them, like laws or policies or like their opinions in general. So I think that's like the main thing.
So I legally can't vote. I'm only 15, but I think it's important for young people to know about different issues in our world today, because a lot of things happen. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and it's important to know the issues that are going on. And it's important just to be informed so that as adults, we can make our own decisions. And voting is important to us because while we may not be able to now, we should in the future.
What makes me passionate about government is just knowing that I have a voice and knowing that I do have an influence in what happens and for our future. I think it's really important for the youth to be involved in government and know that they have a voice and know they have a way to make change, because they do impact the world and they do impact their nation, and they don't have to stay silent just because they're young. Just because you're young doesn't mean anything. You do have a voice and you do have ways to get connected.